You have reached Wrestling the Circle's Review. I'm your man, Steele. And today I'm reviewing from WWE Ultimate Edition, Bray Wyatt. WWE Ultimate Edition, Bray Wyatt. But before I get into the actual review, I just want to go over some of the spectacular details on this packaging. Up front here, to us, we want to show you about the figure and all the accessories inside. On the top here, it says Bray Wyatt. In the corner here, you have an 8+, which is an age requirement for this figure. Down here, you have the WWE Ultimate Edition logo. And on the bottom here, it says Ultimate Articulation for authentic posability. In the corner here, the Mattel emblem. That's how the packaging here. Again, you have the WWE Ultimate Edition logo. In the corner here, it says Wyatt. Then on the side of the packaging here, again, you have WWE Ultimate Edition logo. Over here, it says Bray Wyatt. And on the bottom here, you have another WWE Ultimate Edition logo. Then the other side of the packaging, on the very top, you have WWE logo. Below that, you have a profile shot of Bray Wyatt. And down here, it says Bray Wyatt. On the back of the packaging here, in the corner, you have a holographic sticker that says official licensed product. Then up here you have a picture of the actual figure. In the middle here you have the WWE Ultimate Edition logo. Over here it says Bray Wyatt. Then you have a profile that says Bray Wyatt is 6 feet 3 inches tall. He hails from Brooksville, Florida. His finisher is the Mandible Claw. And his career highlights is that he was a Universal Champion and a WWE Champion. If you have an actual picture of Bray Wyatt, and below that it says Bray Wyatt returned to WWE, a changed man. He previously embraced the monster within, but now sought peace. At Royal Rumble 2023, however, LA Knight opened the door and released the monster in the first ever pitch black match. In the corner here it says, empowering generations through play, and next to that you have the Mattel emblem. WWE Ultimate Edition, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt was released December 2024 with the suggested retail price of $32.99, and he was available at all major retailers. Bray Wyatt was released along with the other WWE Ultimate Edition Wave 24 figures, Finn Balor, and Solo Sikoa. Bray Wyatt has over 30 points of articulation for true-to-life authentic posability. His accessories include a lantern, 2 swappable heads, 2 swappable arms, and 4 swappable hands. Bray Wyatt stands approximately 6 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 8 and up. Now that I have Bray Wyatt on my display table, let's work over some of his plate features and accessories. First, by talking about his swappable hands. It includes 4 of these swappable hands. The first 2 of the 4 here are 2 open hands. We got the blue paint on them. Very, very cool. And right here with the right hand, you have that glove detail right there where it's wrapped up, where he can perform his finishing maneuver or his trademark maneuver, the Mandible Claw. The next 2 hands are flesh color where there's no paint on them, but these hand sculpt details are so fantastic, so much detail. If you look at the back of the hand detail right there, you see some vein detail, you see some knuckle detail, you see some finger detail, you even see some fingernail detail. Flip it over here, there's a palm detail, even creases between the fingers. Very, very cool. But in order to swap out the hand, you grab Bray Wyatt's old hand here, you pull away from the wrist. Now you see at the end of the wrist here, you have a little porthole. At the end of the swappable hand here, you have a tapered peg. So once you take that tapered peg and plug it right into this porthole to hear a little pop, just like that, and now you have Bray Wyatt with a swappable hand. I went ahead and put the default hand back in, because I want to go take these other swappable hands and put them off to the side. And you get 4 of them, which is cool. And I know I've always bragged about all these additional swappable hands, never saw the meaning behind them, but now that I see that these wrestlers do have these trademark poses that you can display them at, these swappable hands do help with that option. I'm going to put those off to the side. So next accessory I'm going to bring in are his swappable arms. And these arms are flesh tone color here, where you can see his tattoos. A lot of great paint detail right here with these tattoos. Very, very nicely done. And I really, really dig it. And you also have the default hand right here with this arm, where he's got that wrist wrap right here, and this hand wrap, and you got that Mandible Claw hand. On the other hand here, you have like kind of a regular open fist right here where you can carry accessories, but you see a lot of vein detail here also. Very, very nicely done. In order to swap out these arms, you take the old arm and you pump right from the shoulder just like that. Then the shoulder here, you have a little peg right there. Inside the shoulder here, you have a little porthole. What you're going to do is take this flesh-colored arm and just plug them right into the shoulder just like that. And just like that. And now you have Bray Wyatt with his new shoulders or arms. Very, very cool. But I'm going to take these blue arms and put them off to the side. So the next two accessories I'm going to bring in are his swappable heads. It includes two of these swappable heads. And the one right here, I'm not too sure of. It is sporting a mask. I'm not sure if he actually featured that because I didn't really catch Bray Wyatt in his last run in WWE, unfortunately, before he passed away. But I know he was introducing a whole new gimmick where he saw the light, and I guess LA Knight brought back the demon from within. So he brought back the Fiend. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a version of the Fiend, but it's really nice done. You got the hair detail right here, where it's like molded out of a rubbery plastic, where it got some flexibility to it, so you can kind of move it around. Very, very nicely done. The mask details is fantastic with the head sculpt here. It's just so nicely done, and it does appear as if it's a separate piece of mold, but it isn't. It's actually molded out of one piece. Just the paint detail is so fantastic. It just appears as if it's a second mold that's like glued on top of the head sculpt, but it isn't. It's very, very nicely done. And you also have the second head right here, where it's just regular Bray Wyatt. And this is like Bray Wyatt through and through. A lot of detail here. You got some detail with the teeth, the eyes. It looks so much like Bray Wyatt. Or to swap out the head though, you take the default head, you just pop it out. At the top of the neck right here, you have a ball socket joint. Bottom of the head here, you have ball socket 4. I'm going to just pop that right into place. And now you have Bray Wyatt with his new head. The one thing I just noticed is they didn't really give you another option for the neck right here. It's kind of a part of the chest mold right here. But it would have been nice if they would have given you another option where you could have like maybe changed the neck out. But this figure is cool because a lot of times, especially when a character has so many different like variations of himself, ring attire, whatnot, Mattel tends to bring out a separate figure. But instead, they kept the regular Bray Wyatt with the blue Bray Wyatt, which I thought was really, really cool. But I want to go ahead and take Bray Wyatt off camera and change it back into blue Bray Wyatt because there's a feature I want to show you guys real quick. Now I have Bray Wyatt back in blue. And while I was at it, I went ahead and grabbed my black light because I kind of want to show you this feature where Bray Wyatt sort of reacts to the black light. It's that white paint that's over the blue that kind of illuminates with the glow of the black light. And that was something that Bray Wyatt featured when he came back in this new gimmick where they had some sort of UV light and it reacted to the paint. It was really a really cool special effect. And I'm glad that Mattel followed suit and did that same thing with this figure. But this figure is nicely done. But I do love the fact that they did a 2-for-1 with this figure where you have the regular Bray Wyatt in his flesh color, but they also gave you the option to display him in that blue and white concept where he kind of reacts to the black light. So I would advise if you want to display him in this gimmick, get a black light. And it also does work when the light is on, which I'll show you in a second. I didn't turn on the regular lighting that I usually use to film these reviews, but I went ahead and turned on the overhead light, and you kind of see even with the overhead light and the black light, you can see that the figure still reacts to the black light. You see the blue glows nicely, and it looks different on camera, unfortunately, but it does have that blue glow when you look at it in person, and the white kind of pops out a little bit. But when you have the overhead light on, the white doesn't really illuminate as much as it does when the lights are off, but the blue does have that weird ominous glow to it. It's very, very cool. I went ahead and turned on all the lights now because I want to go and talk about this actual figure. This figure is so nicely detailed. I mean, from top to bottom, you got nice mold detail here, we got the boot detail here. You get the clothing detail for the pants right here where it kind of has that texture where it looks like he's either wearing leather or pleather. And up to the top here, you got the nice detail here, just so nicely done. Up to the face sculpt right there, like I mentioned earlier on, even with the other swappable heads, it's just fantastic how much detail they put in these figures. Nicely done. And the default head also has that rubbery plastic hair. But the nice thing they did with this version of Bray Wyatt is they kind of put the blue in his hair. There's a paint detail there. Very, very nicely done figure. But the last accessory I want to bring in is his trademark lantern. It was nice that he brought this back because this is how Bray Wyatt's character originally started. And you got the handle here that actually kind of moves around. You got that glassy plastic right here. It's very, very nicely done. But you can actually put it in Bray Wyatt's hand. And I like to kind of like pry the hand open a little bit because it does conform to its original shape. Now you got Bray Wyatt holding his lantern. Very, very cool. Such a nicely done figure. And Bray Wyatt was one of my favorite recent wrestlers. He had that old school gimmick, and he was very, very creative in how he delivered his Bray Wyatt or the Fiend gimmick. Very, very nicely done. I just love this figure. Lots of points of articulation. And I know with the Fiend version of Bray Wyatt, he didn't have the butterfly joints. They did include that with this version of Bray Wyatt. Such a nicely done figure. So many points of articulation, like I mentioned earlier on. Over 30 points. This is a great figure, and I would recommend it if you can still find them on toy shelves. But if you found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel, and while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Steele's Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.